I'm meteorologist Wayne Hart in the First Warning Doppler Weather Center. The tornado warnings for Webster County have now been extended to the northeast, and they are now in effect for McLean, southeastern Henderson, and Davis counties in Kentucky. Let's go to live First Warning Doppler radar. We're focusing in here on our 40-mile range to get a better view of what is going on. And keep in mind, this is based not only on NEXRAD Doppler radar signatures, but also a report from the Kentucky State Police about 15 minutes ago of a tornado on the ground just to the northwest of the city of Providence. And that storm is moving rapidly to the northeast at about 55 miles per hour. And to be on the safe side, they have now extended warnings for southeastern Henderson County, much of McLean County, and then into Davis County, Kentucky. You can see if this storm holds together, it will be moving right into the heart of Davis County, including possibly the city of Owensboro. So we're going to have to keep a very close eye on the situation. The tornado warning is in effect until 4:15. And again, the storm looks like it'll be reaching the community of St. Joseph, which is in southwestern Davis County, at about 3:55. That's about another 6 minutes from now. So if you're anywhere within this area, you want to make sure you get into your basement, or if you don't have a basement, get into the lowest floor of your home. You want to stay away from outside walls and windows and get underneath something that is sturdy. If you have, obviously watching here on television, you want to turn up the volume of your TV as you go down into your basement so that you can hear what we're talking about here on News 25, so we can keep you abreast of the situation. But the most important thing right now is to get into a safe shelter. And again, we are looking here at live First Warning Doppler radar. I want to emphasize that what's going on here in the cities of Evansville, Henderson, is not severe. We've had a lot of heavy rain. We've got some flash flooding underway. The heaviest rain, as you can see, is now confined to about the eastern half of Henderson County. But it's this storm down here in Webster County that we're most concerned about, because that is the one that has produced a tornado within the past 20 minutes. And it could very well hold together. One of the other dangers with this type of system is the speed. When you have a storm moving nearly 60 miles per hour, matter of fact, the latest projection has it moving 65 miles per hour. Not only can you have damage from a tornado, but just in general, a lot of strong straight line winds just by the sheer movement and speed of the storm itself. So that's what we're going to be watching here. And we're going to be taking a look at the wind fields on First Warning Doppler very shortly. If you've been watching within the past half hour, we've had some very heavy rain around our radar site here at News 25, and that has prevented our radar beam from getting a real clear picture of what is going on. But as that rain clears the area, we're going to get a much better view of this possible tornado as it moves across Webster County towards McLean and Davis counties in Kentucky. So again, if you've just joined us, we have tornado warnings in effect now for Webster, McLean, southeastern Henderson, and Davis counties in Kentucky, and all of this based on a verified report from Kentucky State Police near Diamond, Kentucky, that's just north of Providence, about 20 minutes ago, of a tornado on the ground. And again, I'm going to draw in here with our telestrator the projected path of this tornado, which right now would very likely be close to the Pennyrile Parkway there, moving northeast at 65 miles per hour. And you can see the main area of concern is the northwestern corner of McLean County, about right here. I don't think Calhoun would be in that much danger, but of course we'll have to keep an eye on it just to be on the safe side. All of McLean County should be taking shelter now. And as far as Henderson County is concerned, it's just the southeastern corner right here that we're really concerned about, and that would be communities like Roberts, Kentucky, but certainly not the cities of Henderson or Evansville. This storm will bypass that area. But unfortunately, the storm is headed towards the heart of Davis County, and I believe I hear outside of our studios right now the sirens going off in the city of Henderson. Now, I believe they're sounding these sirens based on the tornado warning, which is actually only in effect for southeastern Henderson County. Now, they have not made that distinction in their civil defense sirens because many times they're not able to distinguish portions of counties. We do have a portion of Henderson County that is under a tornado warning, but it does not appear to be affecting the city of Henderson. So for those of you watching in Henderson, you should be okay. It's further to the southeast towards the community of Roberts that we're really concerned about, and especially as we head towards Seabury, Beech Grove, St. Joseph, Comer. Those communities are the ones we're really concerned about here, because the tornado is likely approaching the Pennyrile Parkway here in the far eastern sections of Webster County and moving to the northeast. Now, obviously, we have a lot of people in Owensboro, and if this tornado holds together, this could definitely impact the city of Owensboro And we just want to make sure that if you're watching in Owensboro that you know exactly where you need to go as far as safe shelter is concerned. The tornado is not there as of yet, but you'll definitely want to be ready to get into a safe shelter as soon as possible. And we're hoping to get some updates on exactly where this tornado is located. Obviously, with all this heavy rain that we have in the area now, very dark skies, it can be rather difficult to see very far as visually spotting this tornado. So we're really relying on radar at this particular time. Matter of fact, I can kind of verify that for you with our Skycam shot here. We can quickly go up to Skycam number 1, and it is pretty much shrouded in a lot of low-level cloudiness and some rain, which is now in the Henderson area. But the good news is, once we get this heavy rain away from our radar site and our sky cams, we should have a somewhat clearer view of what is going on down here to our south. So we hope that the data that's going to be flowing in here within the next 15 minutes or so is going to be improving as we get all this heavy rain away from our first warning Doppler radar site. Because remember, when a radar beam is looking to detect this type of weather, it has to shoot through what's ever in between the severe storm and the radar site. And unfortunately, we have all this heavy rain around our radar site, and that is why we're not getting a real clear view of what is going on down here right now. But as you can see, we're right on the back edge of the heavy rain here in the first warning Doppler radar site area. So as that clears out of the area, this severe storm and tornado is going to come into much better view. So we're going to keep this live on the air here because, again, this is a potential life-threatening situation for many people to the south of Evansville this afternoon. We're coming up on 3:55, and again, if you're just joining us, we have tornado warnings in effect for Webster, McLean, southeastern Henderson, and Davis counties in Kentucky. And again, the sirens are going off, it appears, in the city of Henderson, but this possible tornado should be passing to the southeast of the city of Henderson and primarily affecting communities down near Roberts, Kentucky. But in particular, it appears that the area that would really be in line would be Seabury, Beech Grove, and Comer. We're beginning to get a little bit of a view here from Skycam 25. This is our Skycam number 1, and you can see on the horizon as we look off towards Posey County some clearing. So that is the back edge of the very heavy rain that has been plaguing the Evansville metro area for much of the day with all the flash flooding. And that's a sign that things are going to be letting up. Now you'll notice Skycam number 2 is coming into view here, so why don't we shift over to Skycam number 2, if you will, and we'll look a little further to the south. There's Skycam number 2, and again, we're going to be panning the horizon here, but unfortunately, as we look towards Davis and Webster counties, we're going to be encountering a lot of rainfall, which is really going to reduce visibilities and make it difficult to find this particular tornado, which is moving towards Davis County.
Now we need to go back to meteorologist Wayne Hart and get an update on the situation with the severe weather in Webster County moving toward Davis County. Wayne?
Okay, Shelley, we appear to be getting a signature now in first warning Doppler on our velocity mode of this possible tornado. Let's go right now and take a look at this again. And keep in mind, we are looking at wind velocities here. Blues are blowing towards the radar, the reds away, but look what we're seeing here in the vicinity of Owensboro. This appears to be what we call rotation, or a couplet, where we have winds blowing towards the radar site and winds blowing away here, and that would indicate rotation, and this is likely the portion of the storm that may still be producing a tornado or possibly just a funnel cloud at this point. We can't be sure, but it appears to be getting very close now to the city of Owensboro. So this is our best guess as to where the tornado is right now, approaching the south side of Owensboro, and keep in mind this is moving very quickly. So you just saw the live shots out of Owensboro, but to keep in mind when a tornado approaches, normally you're not going to see a lot of rain associated with the actual part of the storm that produces the tornado. So if you're in Owensboro right now, I would urge you to get into your basement, lowest floor of your home, and stay away from outside walls and windows, and get under something sturdy like a mattress or a heavy piece of furniture. Keep your television set volume turned up very high so that you can hear us while you're in shelter, because we're continuing to monitor this situation here as we see what appears to be a rotation on live first warning Doppler radar. Again, this is the city of Owensboro right here, and we are seeing this wind shear where we have winds blowing away from the radar site and winds blowing towards. We certainly can't verify that this is on the ground right now, but it is indicating some rotation. And of course, about a half hour ago, we had confirmation from the town of Diamond, which is located just to the north of Providence, Kentucky, that we had a tornado on the ground. That was from the Kentucky State Police, and that trajectory makes a lot of sense because this storm, believe it or not, is moving to the northeast at about 65 miles per hour. Let's take a look at a live picture right now from Owensboro, and I don't know if our photographer can hear us right now, but if you can, we want to be looking off towards the southwest of Owensboro. That's a general direction we want to be looking in right now for this possible tornado. Because it appears that the leading edge of the storm is now approaching the city, and we're going to keep a very close eye on the situation here as it moves into the city of Owensboro. EMA officials have reported a tornado on the ground at Tamarack Road and Carter Road in the southwestern portion of Owensboro, moving northeast at 50 miles per hour. That was at 4:10, about 4 minutes ago, and indeed that was the area we were watching on first warning Doppler, so now we have confirmation from the ground that this is a tornado moving through the south side of Owensboro. To repeat, about 4 minutes ago, EMA officials reported this tornado on the ground at Tamarack and Carter Roads in the southwestern side of the city of Owensboro. So if you are anywhere in the city, you want to be in your basement right now. You want to stop whatever you are doing and get into the basement. Yes, this is January, the middle of winter, but we have a life-threatening situation underway here. This is a tornado that is on the ground in Owensboro. We go back to live first warning Doppler radar. You can see the live picture, which was just indicating rain here. The tornado was detected in this general area right here. And keep in mind, this is moving northeast at about 55 to 60 miles per hour. So this is not going to waste any time as it moves across the city towards the eastern half of Davis County. So obviously, if you're in Owensboro, you need to be in the basement or the lowest floor of your home. But assuming this tornado stays together, it'll be moving into the northeastern sections of Davis County, possibly affecting the communities of Philpott, Ensor, Thruston, even into Knoxville here within the next 15 to 20 minutes. And Gary, why don't we switch back to our traditional...
You want me to get up the Owensboro?
Yeah, I think once we do that, we can switch over to our Owensboro city mapping. But let's get the latest from the National Weather Service here. This will likely be a repeat of what I told you, but let's listen in.
County, Indiana, and Davis County, Kentucky.
Okay, this is the same bulletin that I just read to you a moment ago. So again, if you're just joining us, we have tornado warnings in effect now for Spencer and Davis counties. So that's Spencer County, Indiana, Davis County in Kentucky. We're switching radar modes here, so what you're seeing is not going to look normal here for about 30 to 60 seconds, but we're going to sweep the new data on here and get a clearer view of where the rain is falling. And in this type of situation, we're going to be able to see also some signatures. We have a live view on right now. This is 2 miles from Tamarack Road, this live picture you're looking at. This is where my colleague Bill Melander is on the scene right now with our photographer. This is 2 miles away from Tamarack Road, and of course that will be very close to where this tornado is right now.
January 3rd, a tornado threatens the tri-state. News 25 warned you first.
Together, it will be moving right into the heart of Davis County.
You saw continuous live coverage as the storm hit.
You are looking at the severe storm moving into Owensboro. If you are anywhere in the city, you want to be in your basement right now.
There are roofs ripped off of apartment buildings, numerous reports of injuries.
Plus, life-saving information.
Get into the middle part of your house, and you want to get under something that is sturdy.
Proof your first warning to severe weather is News 25.